All right. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dylan Nossman, and I am joined today by a very, very special guest, Max Holzer, ahead of his massive fight on April 5th versus Deniz Ilbay at OKTAGON 69. First of all, thank
Hey,
you so much for taking the time to speak to me, and
yeah,
how
thank
are you
you.
today?
Thank you. I'm very good. I had my last sparring today. Yes, and I'm grateful that I can be on your show.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, like I said, I appreciate you taking the time. So, obviously, you've been in camp for the last few weeks. This fight got announced kind of just a few weeks ago, really. What
Yes.
was it like getting that news about this fight, understanding you're going to be the main event, and how the preparation's been going thus far?
Yeah, I had a very good but tough camp, and yeah, it was the fight I always asked for, and right now I got it, and I think it's a big main event everyone wants to see, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to yeah, beat this
Mhm.
guy's ass.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, for those who don't know, you're facing Deniz Ilbay. You two are two of the biggest stars in German MMA. And you've kind of, like you mentioned, you've wanted this fight for a while. You've crossed paths. You both fought at Octagon 62, the large stadium show. What is, how long have you been pursuing this fight? And have you two had any run ins, any situations where you've, you know, called him out? He didn't want to fight. You've finally made this happen?
Yeah, I'm always called him out for almost a half year. I'm waiting for this fight,
Hmm.
or maybe a little bit. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
true. It's true. Like at a half year, and yeah, it was always my father, my manager. No one wants this fight, and
Hmm.
Octagon don't want this fight. But uh, what I ask myself is when Octagon does not have interest in this fight, right?
Hmm.
Um, um, I don't understand why they do it as a main event, right? As it gets like
Hmm.
signed from
Yeah.
both.
Hmm.
So I'm not really believing that, but he right now accepted the fight, and yes, that's the end.
Well, I know from the fans, we are all very, very excited to see this fight. I mean, both you and Denise are two very exciting fighters who have had a lot of success lately. So, stylistically, going into this matchup, obviously he has a boxing background. He's known as a very tough striker, but he's been decent on the ground. How do you view your skills matching up, and how do you feel your best route to success? Obviously, you're a great grappler. Getting to
Yeah,
the
of
ground.
course.
How do you feel this going?
I think he does underestimate my stand up,
Hmm.
and I think I'm a good all rounder. But of course, my biggest advantage is in the wrestling and the grappling, and his style of striking is also going forward. So yeah, we will clash, and I will take him down, and we will brawl, and yes, but I think I will get out as a winner.
Hmm. Absolutely. So, it's interesting. I almost view this fight. Obviously had the fight for the King of Germany belt with Eckerlin and Youngworth a few months ago. This almost feels like the Prince of Germany fight for me. You guys are like the
Yes.
two up and coming stars. Striker versus grappler. It's very exciting to see. Like I said, two young up and comers from the same country fighting.
Yeah, of course. I feel the same.
Mhm.
I did the most for the promotion, I have to say, but
Mhm.
yeah, it's his own style of saying nothing and thinking he's some mafia guy or something. But yeah, he can
Yeah.
play the gangster after I beat him.
Hmm. So I want to talk to you a little about your experience in Octagon. Obviously, you fought outside the promotion, but your biggest stardom has come through Octagon. How has it impacted you and just the sport of MMA and the country of Germany having Octagon take such a focus in this region?
Yeah, Octagon really helped to increase the sport here in Germany, and yeah, it's right now the biggest promotion here, and also the biggest promotion in Europe. So I really like to fight for Octagon, and this is the reason why I signed for this year also.
Hmm.
So yeah, I will work in the future with Octagon, and we will make some very big shows and establish a sport here in Germany.
Hmm. I have no doubts about it. So obviously. MMA has become kind of it's a newer sport in Germany, getting a lot more popularity lately. When you were growing up and pursuing combat sports, who is it that you kind of looked up to as fighters or people in your country and community that inspired you to be a great fighter yourself?
Yes, I always was a fan of Rafael dos Anjos,
Mm-hmm.
and also the grappling trainer of my trainer, Leozardo Nogueira,
Mm-hmm.
was a big like role model for me,
Mm-hmm.
and but also German legends like Daniel Weichel.
Mm-hmm.
I always looked up to them. So yeah, but I want to make a name for myself, my own style.
Mm-hmm.
No copy, just like who I am. And I think the people appreciate that I don't try to make the next McGregor or the
Mm-hmm.
next Eckerlin or something. I'm just myself, and I this will be big enough.
Absolutely. Well, that's something I really appreciate is you've developed such of your own personality, whether it's on social media or in the cage. And my favorite part, as I'm sure many people are your very unique walkouts to the
Uh,
cage. Whether it's riding on the scooter in the stadium or going out as Buzz Lightyear, if you got a friend of me playing in the background. What has been your favorite walkout for Octagon of yours so far? And can you give us any hints for what you're going to have next time?
yeah, of course, it was the walkout with the scooter, because
Mm-hmm.
it was just so big. It was the biggest MMA event in
Mm-hmm.
front of 60,000 people. It was so loud that I couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but this time it will be something created for this opponent,
Mm-hmm.
and something funny too. But it will not be like some trend. I
Yeah,
just made my own thing.
I like it. Well, I'm sure it's going to be very entertaining
Yeah, of course.
nonetheless. Yeah, so I also wanted to ask you, it was recently announced that you signed with Iridium MMA, obviously
Yes.
one of the biggest management agencies in the world for MMA, and Jason House is known to have very close connection to the UFC. Otherwise, what was behind your thought process behind signing with Iridium, and how do you hope they help your career moving forward?
Yes, when I was in Vegas, I talked to a lot of guys and fighters, and all of them just said how good this management is, and
Mm-hmm.
they really want to help me establish myself over there in the US.
Mm-hmm.
What is my plan in the future? And yeah, they really. I was in their office, and
Mm-hmm.
they have like one for the marketing and for like everything
Mm-hmm.
you need. Like I don't think there are many managements that are like Iridium.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked longer to Jason House,
Mm-hmm.
and we talked to our trainer, and yeah, I really feel like these guys are interested in pushing my career, and we work together, and yeah, I'm trusting them. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's the reason why I signed.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I know many fighters who are signed with them, and I've heard nothing but good things about the work that they do for the fighters. So that's great to hear. So coming up on Octagon 69, you will be fighting alongside your teammate Gioni Palokai, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes,
correct? Yes.
and
So,
also my teammate Mohammed Walid. It's awesome.
excuse me, and Muhammad Walid as well. Yes, thank you very much. How much different is it for you to enter a fight week alongside teammates who are also fighting on the same card versus just going into it on your own, kind of being the one guy from your gym representing on a single fight card?
I really like it because we go over, and we do the weight cut
Mm-hmm.
together, and we do like the loading together, and then we just go to fight, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's it. And we did like the training camp also together, and yeah, it's great to have like so close friends, when I should not say family, that
Mm-hmm.
are really support each other, and we always help. And when we see someone has something difficult, maybe even in his personal life, we
Mm-hmm.
always are there for each other, and that is something I think not many gyms have, because my trainer, everybody who knows him, he really tries to help everyone, all the fighters, and make only the best for them. And yeah.
Absolutely. And this is Fight School Hanover, your
Yes,
gym,
yes.
correct? Yes. Yeah. Well, you guys clearly have a very good roster and a lot of good fighters on the come up out of there. So I want to hear also your opinion. So you got bumped to the main event. The original main event was supposed to be the Flying U versus excuse me, I'm forgetting his name right now, but some big
It is.
yes, thank you. Two very big social media social media stars in the country of Germany. What does it mean for you to, kind of be bumped up above them now and be the main event over these guys who might have the general populace, their popularity, but you are the true fighter?
I think it should be normal. It's
Mhm.
not hate or something, but we should not do like social media or YouTube guys above the fighters. Of course, we need an interesting main event, but yeah, I think it should be normal that I'm the main event and not people that have like 2 fights or no fights.
Yeah.
And I don't say the fight will not be interesting. Of course, I
Mhm.
will be team mover.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think it's the right decision from the organization.
I completely agree. Yeah, I think just the years and time and the effort that you've spent perfecting your craft and now getting to showcase it as the main
Yeah,
event
of course.
is incredibly valuable. So if you got, which I have no doubts you will, you get the win next Saturday. You defeat Deniz Ilbay. What's
Yes.
next for Max Holzer? Do you have a title shot in your horizon? Or you have any names that you're thinking about, or are you kind of just locked in on Deniz and getting the job done on Saturday?
I really walk in on Deniz Ilbay, because I'm really focused on him. But I also have my eyes on Ali Taha, who's also fighting. And let's see if when we both have a good win, maybe that could be the next big fight. Will not be another main event.
Well, Khalid Taha, UFC veteran, obviously a German star in his own right. I think that'd be a fantastic fight to make next if you guys both get the victory on next Saturday. All right, last but not least, do you have any sponsors, teammates, coaches, anybody you'd really like to thank, anybody who's really helped you prepare for this fight in particular?
I would like to say, ich grüße Onkel Rexy. That's my uncle, and I want to say, yeah, I always say this one, and that's it.
Absolutely. And do you have a prediction for next Saturday? Do you have a specific way you plan on getting it done?
I think I will submit him.
I like to hear it, and I can't wait to see it happen. All right, well, everybody make sure to tune in Octagon TV for Octagon 69, Holzer versus Ilbay, next Saturday on April 5th. And make sure to go follow Max on Instagram at Max Holzer MMA. And once again, thank you so much for taking the time
Thank
to talk
you.
to me
Have a
today.
nice evening.
Yes, you as well, and I can't wait to see you get the victory.
Bye-bye.
Awesome.